Good day, viewers! I am Alpaca Whacker, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Kickstart. The games I will be showing you today are Contagion, Zero AD Empire's Ascendant, God Factory Wingmen, and SLiP. All of these games are currently available for backing on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. The first game today is a co-op FPS survival horror game, built upon the Valve source engine, and it goes by the name of Contagion. It's been in development for a number of years by the company Monochrome. They're looking for $50,000 to get this game finished. The game currently is in a closed beta state, which means that only a specific number of people are testing it, but it's meant to be for release in October 2013, which is, well, within a month. Might be November though, depending on unforeseen circumstances. The founders of this project actually previously brought you all the mod Zombie Panic Source for Half-Life 2. Very popular mod. It still is a popular mod actually, lots of people still playing it. Very good. So actually the logo for Contagion is just the exact same logo for Zombie Panic Source, except slightly rotated. The features of Contagion include co-op up to 8 players. There will be an offline single player mode. You will be able to play either as human or zombie. Very interesting there. If you're human, try and make as little noise as possible to get round the zombies. If you're zombie, then just try and blend in with other zombies and then run and attack a lone survivor. $15 or more will get you a digital copy of the game. Very nice looking game, looks really good. Graphics, obviously a lot like Left 4 Dead 2, as it's built on the source engine, and it looks very promising. The next game is Zero AD Empire's Ascendant. It's an RTS game created by Wildfire Games, and they're looking for $160,000. This game's actually on Indiegogo, unlike the other 3 in this video, which are on Kickstarter. It's a flexible funding campaign, which means no matter how much they earn out of the goal, they will take it anyway, which I guess for this is perfectly alright, because they need what they can get. And it also kind of stops people from donating that can't actually afford it, because there's no risk that they won't get the money. The game itself is similar in gameplay to actually Age of Empires, which is really good. It's built on their own engine called the Pyrogenesis engine. That was also created by Wildfire, and it's been in development for several years. Graphically, the game looks a lot like a cross between Age of Empires 2 and Age of Mythology, which is interesting because both of those games are bloody good. The game, unlike... Now this is a strange one actually, because they're asking for $160,000, yet the game itself is open source and free to game, and already downloadable in its current beta form. You might be asking, why you want to donate to this then? Well, like I said, it's a flexible funding campaign, so they don't need to necessarily reach their goal. But if you really like the game and want to help them continue development, along with get a few perks, then you can donate. That's the point of this, is to help out a project. I'm not necessarily sure I agree with the fact that it's a free game and they're asking for money, but then again, only people that want to donate will donate, so I guess that kind of evens out those two factors. The funds will be used to improve the game in several ways, adding new features, improved pathfinding, improved AI scripting, better memory allocation. There will be better formations, because at the moment there aren't formations, which in a strategy game is kind of important actually. There'll be improved tech trees and naval combat. Good stuff, we always need naval combat in these games. There'll be new animations, which is also a good thing, because you don't want your players to be running around as if they've got a broken leg behind their face. Don't know why that would be a thing, but it is now. Essentially, they just want to beef up the game to make sure that it is as good as it can be. They want to give it a better, more feature-rich multiplayer, as well as a single-player campaign mode, which well, that's actually quite cool. I believe you can get all this without donating, but obviously if you do donate, then you're helping them get the content in faster and probably to a better standard, so by all means donate if you want to. There's nothing against you not donating, as it is a free game, but well, I've not seen a strategy game as good as this for a while actually. I've played it myself, it's really nice, and I have donated to it. So if you're inclined to donate, then do so. If you're unsure about doing so, and you like real-time strategy games, then download the demo. I'll put the link in the description, and try it out. If you like it, you want to donate, then go on, do so. And I'm sure you will be pleased with the outcome. The third game today, it's called God Factory Wingmen. It's a cooperative multiplayer space combat game, and is going to be for PC, Mac and Linux. It's created by 9 Dots, and they're looking for $70,000 Canadian to get this game finished. Graphically, the game is a lot similar to Strike Suit Zero, however, with one big difference, that it actually plays and looks better than Strike Suit Zero. Now, the main difference between Strike Suit Zero and this is actually the fact that this is a multiplayer game and Strike Suit Zero was strictly a single player game, and not a particularly good one in my opinion. The combat was okay, but the story just was, it wasn't very good at points, and sometimes there were cutscenes that you just couldn't pass and just looked like still images that were moving. The game was okay, it could have been a lot better, but it's not a game that I'd play ever again. Whereas this, God Factory Wingmen, I could see it being really good. The combat in multiplayer is very nice. The multiplayer actually is 4v4. And on top of that, they said in a recent interview with Total Biscuit that in the future, if there's enough support for the game, they will possibly be thinking of putting in a single player like campaign, story mode kind of thing. Makes it everything that Strike Suit Zero isn't. To get the game, it's $15 for, well, at an early bird tier, or $20 if you don't get into that tier. And this gets you early access and also the final release. Early access, I believe, is in October or November, and the final release being around March 2014. In the game itself, there are 4 different species you can choose from when choosing your ship. There are the humans. Now, I'm not the best at pronunciation, so bear with me. There's the Guantaris, the Chorians, and the R. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're pirates, or space pirates, or whatever. However, the difference between this game and necessarily other games is that they are not just simply reskins of the other ship. For example, if you play as humans or the R, it's not just the same ship in a different colour or slightly different styling, it's a completely different ship. It'll be a similar shape, possibly in areas, but it will be different. Another cool thing about this game is that you can actually change your ship throughout battle, which is awesome. You can fly back to your carrier ship, if your little ship is damaged, fly into the hangar, choose another ship and fly out and wait for the other one to get repaired. And then once the new one you've taken is completely smashed up, fly back and take back the other one. It means that you don't always have to keep on respawning in different ships. You can go back and get it repaired. Very nice feature there. There is joystick support for this game, along with Oculus Rift support, which is pretty cool. In my opinion, this game actually does play best on a joystick or a controller as opposed to keyboard. However, if I had to choose between controller and joystick, I would probably choose joystick. It feels better because it's a flight game, so you actually make use of the joystick. So, whereas with the keyboard, it feels a little cumbersome at times, trying to do all these maneuvers with left, right, up and down keys. It's not as good. Especially with the joystick's twist feature, which most joysticks have. Some of the cheaper ones may not. So if you do decide to get a joystick to play with this game, if you back it, that is, then make sure you get one with a twist. The game is available as a demo at the moment in time. I'll put the link in the description, so give it a try. If you like it, back it if you want to, that is. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But it's only $70,000 that they're asking for, and personally, it really does it doesn't fill the market, but it's aimed at a market that is quite undersaturated at the moment. There aren't really many space games, so it really does target a niche market, and one that really does need a few new games. The final game of today is a game called SLiP. It's a fast-paced side-scrolling platformer and it's going to be available for PC and Mac. It's developed by Handsome Games and they're looking for $15,000 to get this game completed. A demo is currently available and can be downloaded. The link will be in the description. The point of this game is, well, like I said, it's a platformer, and your aim is to get to the end of the level by changing colours. Essentially, you need to switch between the colours blue and red to avoid obstacles and to collect cubes. An example of colour switching is shown in the video, where you have to be red to walk on red objects or blue to walk on blue objects. Let's say there's some blue spikes, you need to be red for them to not be solid so you can walk through them. But if there's a red platform that you need to stand on, you need to be red to stand on it. There will be enemies firing colours at you, and you need to be the same colour as the things being fired at you for you not to be killed. There are lives implemented in it. Currently in the demo I believe there aren't any lives, which is quite cool. It'd be cool if that mode was kind of implemented into the final game as like a test kind of mode, so you can get used to it without losing lives. There's also a number of special stages, kind of like throughout the levels, where you have to collect a number of cubes. Well, all the cubes really, before the level kind of disappears and you're teleported back to the main stage. The main protagonist of the game is an alien called Steve, who really does not like the fact that you're colourful, so he's sent a big ass purple beam after you. Purple being the combination of red and blue. You can't change colour to survive that, because you can only go red or blue. You can't go both to get purple. Therefore you have to run away, because if you touch that laser beam, then you are dead. The game is similar in style to games such as R-Type, Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, and also some aspects of Mario, I guess. Pledging $10 or more will get you the game on release. The release is expected to be around February 2014. Well, they're not asking for much money, to be honest, and it's pretty cheap to get the game. $10 is about £7, I think, or €8, so it's a very well priced game. There's going to be a number of levels. There will be bosses per level, which is increasingly hard as you get along. And, well, it's a very interesting game. I'd say it's actually worth more than $10, so if you want to pledge more than that, then feel free to do so. But if you just want the game and want to try it out, then $10 is what it's going to cost. One last thing I'll say before this video ends is that all the footage of the games that you've seen in this video, not all the footage will be representative of the final product, as they are in beta, alpha or pre-alpha stage. Many things can change before final release, things can improve, things can sometimes actually get worse, so therefore when backing these projects, beware that this may be the case. I am Alpaca Whacker, and I'll see you next time.